super excited because I'm going to meet Kadek, the chef, who's renowned for his cuisine here and his cooking skills. And apparently he's meant to be the best in the village. So let's see if he really is. Untuk masak untuk semua village atau masak apa sendiri?
Masak sendiri di rumah.
Sendiri di rumah ya?
Kalau ada upacara, kita bikin bersama.
Okay, so basically when they have a ceremony, they all cook together. But at home, this is the simple fare that they cook. Ini apa? Ambil sendiri atau beli dari pasar?
Ambil sendiri di kebun.
Yeah, so he goes into the jungle and he basically handpicks everything himself. So it's a really found and forage sort of culture, and that's why they're called the mountain people. And also, apa the perempuan, ibu-ibu bikin sesajen. Yeah. So apa sibuk banget.
Sibuk.
So basically all the ceremonies, all the little sesajens, which are all the offerings, are all done by the women, and so it's the men's job to cooking. So tidak ada timbahan di sini. So gimana apa berapa?
Kita cuma mengukurnya berapa banyak kita memasak, dan perbandingan dengan bawang, bumbunya itu adalah 3:1. Daunnya 3,
bumbu 1. But untuk cabai, kunyit, bawang gimana apa?
Untuk bawang paling lebih banyak, nomor 2 jahe, nomor 3 kunyit, lalu kencur, lalu lengkuas terakhir.
So basically they look at ratios. So this is 1 times paste to 3 times down, basically leaves.
Sekarang kita bikin rajangnya.
Bubur ranjang?
Oh ya, bubur rajang.
Okay. So now you're going to make the mother paste of all Balinese cuisine, which is bumbu rajang, and then you have basiganap, which is basically a more of a finer version of it. Bumbu rajang is basically just chopped. It's chop. So it's really important that sometimes maybe they use a blender, but again, what Yogi, our guide, has said, it's very important is that actually you don't, because if you blend it, you're just emulsifying and blending the ingredients together. But if you actually break the ingredients, you're releasing the flavors and you're releasing the scents and the aromaticness of each ingredient, which then combines together. It's always better to pound them rather than blending. The first coconut that he was opening was the Kelapa Tua, which is like the older coconut, which is where you make the coconut milk. And the second one is the Kelapa Muda, which you can see is a little bit younger, it's much more softer as well, and that they're using for brancho. So for the Baliaga, what's really important for their sambals and what makes them different and stand out to the rest of Bali, in their sambal mata, they will use ginger instead of lemongrass, and they will also add an additional element of pork in there. So it is super unctuous, and also you've got the fat and the umami of that will go really well. Also, this sambal is actually cooked rather than seared, and so it's slightly different. The key ingredient, as always, is lots of chili in the sambal. So what are we making here, Pak?
Untuk pertama kita akan bikin sayur, namanya sayur ononan. Ononan itu semua bahannya dari daunan. Daun pepaya, kayu manis, sama pepe, sama daun besar.
Daun besar.
Untuk dagingnya nanti kita tambahkan supnya. Kita ada bumbu megenep.
And the basiganap di sini apa yang beda? Sama. Yeah. Tapi ini sedikit lagi kunyit.
Yeah.
It's got more turmeric in it.
Untuk kuahnya kita tambahkan santan. Dan yang kedua, kita akan memasak berancuh. Untuk bumbunya kita pakai bumbu rajang. Untuk warnanya kita pakai daun kentut, daun tengulun, dan daun mangga. Kita tumbuk biar halus. Yang terakhir kita isi kelapa muda.
Okay. And
sambal ya, sambal lonto.
Alright, let's start cooking, shall we? So, Pak Kadek, what are we going to do today?
Pertama kita akan memasak bumbu untuk supnya, sup sayurnya.
Okay. So ini apa? Minyak biasa?
Minyak kelapa.
Minyak kelapa. So you use coconut milk, and that's just going to add kind of layers of flavor in there as well. So now we're going to put in daun salam, which is like a sort of bay leaf, sort of the Indonesian version of it. And this is a must in all the cookings. Okay, so now we're going to add in the santan. Ini apa santan pertama?
Yeah, santan pertama.
So this is the first press of the santan, which is also the thickest part and the thickest consistency of the coconut milk. Okay, so then he's going to add in a stock of the pork that's been braised. So basically by adding in pork broth and then also mixing with the coconut, the unctuousness of the pork fat, the coconut fat in there is all becoming together, and it's such a simple dish, but the flavors are so intense. Okay, so this is the babi that's been rebus di sana ya?
Yeah.
Okay. Ini apa? Babi perut?
Bukan, campuran dari
babi biasa.
Iya.
Okay, so they've used all parts of the pig in here, the shoulder, the belly, and that's all going to create great flavor in there and a little bit of consistency with the pork fat that's coming out. Okay, so ini apa? The daun besar, daun kayu manis, daun papaya, daun pepe. Okay, masukin. So it's important to add these leaves at the end, so therefore they don't kind of go black and get wilted, and also they've still got a lot of nutrients in there as well. With a lot of sort of tribal cooking, or kind of this sort of authentic hill tribe mountain cooking, it's very much a one-pot dish. It's never too complicated, but it's all about the local ingredients and the flavors that are around you that they put in. We're going to add a little bit of salt in there, then mix that through. And ini apa sudah ya?
Sudah
complete.
Sudah komplit.
What an amazing meal we're going to have here. Correct?
Ya.
Makasih banyak.
Terima kasih banyak.